All right, we got a new study in front of us. I saw this morning that 38% of women believe that the term housewife is outdated. 12% of women in the same survey find it embarrassing and sexist. Nearly 70% of women said their skills were less practical than those of their mothers, grandmothers, with many no longer able to fillet a fish or polish silverware.
Yeah, my wife could not do either of them.
My wife cannot fillet a fish.
I can't fillet a fish.
Anybody can polish silverware, right? You just polish it. I mean, what the hell?
No, you need to have some kind of, like, like you're talking about, like silver, like real silver, right?
You can fillet a fish.
I can't fillet a fish.
You just go right along the backbone.
Yeah.
The meat comes right off.
No,
Pig. You may not do a great job the first time, but the more you do it, it's not that hard. You just got to follow the knife, a boning knife, right along the backbone of the fish.
What would they prefer? Homemaker? Is homemaker going to be better?
How about dumb slut?
No, come on.
Oh, sorry.
Is
that offensive?
That's not
nice. 30% of women said being tech savvy and skilled at negotiating were more important to the modern age woman than being a housewife. So maybe they would like to be called tech savvy.
Like
tech savvy wife.
What is the term? 805 beer text lines. Maybe you are, I don't want to say it because I don't want to offend anybody.
Offend it. Go ahead. Say, for example,
a woman that stays at home and does not go to a job and punches a clock, but decides to keep the house in order. It's a mouthful, I understand. But I'm not allowed to say housewife because it will offend some people. What would you rather be called than housewife? I remember we had this...
How about house balancer?
We had this good discussion.
You keep the house in balance.
Yeah, that's silly.
You like that? Well, the whole thing is silly.
I know. That's what I'm saying. It's like everybody's so sensitive. Remember several years ago...
The CEO of the house?
It was Secretary's Day, and we said Happy Secretary's Day to our secretary here at the office. She got pissed.
Was it Linda?
Yeah. She's like, I'm not...
She's very grouchy sometimes.
She's like, you know what? I'm not really a secretary. I'm like, well, you sit up there and you make appointments for people and you answer the phone.
She's here. She's here by now, I think.
You deal with people.
Can I call her? Can we ask her why she got offended by that?
Yeah, sure.
All right, let's see if we can. She's actually great to talk to, and she could probably give us some good insight on what women would like to be called.
This number must be dialed with the 80.
Yeah, I'm still...
You'd make a terrible housewife. You couldn't even get an outgoing call going.
Housewives don't have to make calls. Housewives would use cell phones anyways. I'm not a very good receptionist. I'm fine with that.
Or a secretary.
Or a secretary. What did we ask? What did we say, secretary?
AGM Radio?
Yeah, happy Secretary's Day.
It is not.
Hey, it's Jeff and Jeremy. We're talking about the time that we wished you a happy Secretary's Day, and you were offended by it. You said you're not a secretary.
I said, I'm not really a secretary.
No, I'm not.
And see, that's really rude because we were trying to do something nice, and then you totally crapped on our compliment and our greeting by saying you weren't a secretary. You could have just rolled with it, and everybody would have had a good day.
And you're holding a grudge?
Well, no,
Not
the
really.
reason why it came up is because the semantics of the whole situation have reared their ugly head again, and housewives no longer want to be called housewives because they think it's sexist.
Oh, yeah, I don't care.
You don't care for it either?
No, I don't care. I was just giving you a hard time.
What do you think, being a woman, and you're the closest thing to a woman that we can talk to right now? I mean, you are a full woman. I'm not saying you're not.
Yeah.
But what do you think women would like to be called that stay at home and tend to the house?
I don't know.
What would be appropriate as a woman? What would you like? What are some positive reinforcing terms we could use with these ladies that would not offend them?
When you hated secretary and they changed the term, what is administrative professional?
Administrative assistant, yeah.
Administrative assistant.
Oh, I bet you liked that, didn't you? You're all of a sudden administrative. Ooh.
No, I don't care.
I hate it when people call me a disc jockey. I'll be honest with you. I'm not a disc jockey. I'm an air personality.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Head of domestic affairs. How about that?
That's pretty nice. That is a title. What if we got housewives their own business cards, and they would have their name and their cell phone, and it would say head of house domestic. Would you say
head of domestic affairs?
Head of domestic affairs.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now that sounds like you're just a regional person. No. No, that sounds like you're a politician.
It does.
Oh,
It does sound like a politician.
It's very political.
It really does.
This whole thing is political, right?
Yeah, I know. It's kind of stupid.
Do you know how to? I mean, listen, I'm not going to call you out for being older than us, but let's face it, you're a little bit older than us. Nearly 70% of women said they can no longer do things their mothers and grandmothers did, and one of them was polish silverware. Do you know how to do that?
I do.
Do you know how to fillet a fish?
I do.
Do you know how to clean a toilet?
Of course.
Can you go into the men's and clean it? Because somebody spackled the hell out of the bowl in there.
She's not there.
No, I don't. I'm not above it. I just don't want to do it.
I was just hoping to get you to say yes.
She's not the head of domestic affairs.
Okay,
at
I'm
the
just
office.
kidding. But somebody really did spackle it. It's gross, and we might want to call
Oh,
maintenance.
again?
Yeah, it's really gross. I'm thinking about putting a sign in there.
There's no fixing that problem, Linda.
Okay, so Linda, here's
It's a
the thing.
recurring problem.
You haven't really helped us much, but
I know.
if you come up with anything, we're just a couple doors down.
Oh, here's that creepy guy, Don's coming in here.
Okay.
Oh, no.
Don't say that. He
All
listens.
right, we're not staying on the phone with you.
Okay,
We're not
bye.
bailing you out on
get
this
out.
one.
I just hung up on her. Look at this. She's gone. That's so rude.
I think head of domestic affairs is the best one. I mean,
Okay, can we start a poll? Let's get some suggestions and then we'll do a poll. But head of domestic affairs. So that's what about HBIC? Head bitch in charge. My wife likes to go unofficially by that.
bitches is derogatory.
Well, don't use that. You just use the acronym HBIC. But then people would want to know what that's for. Head of Domestic Affairs.
Yes.
HDA.
Sure. Yeah.
All right. 805-543-3693. You can call.
That's something you can put on your resume.
If you don't have a lot of time to chat, we understand that you're probably trying to get to
So
work.
busy.
It's a Monday.
Or
just,
maybe-
just shout out what you think it should be called, or you can text as
Or
well.
maybe you have a lot of domestic affairs to attend to at your house. Director of Domestic Affairs.
Director of Domestic Affairs.
That is so official sounding when you think of it.
Yeah.
Like Linda was right. It sounds like you're a cabinet member in the White House or something.
How about kitchen biscuits? I don't know what that means. I don't know what a kitchen biscuit is.
Is that something that's coming out on the 805 beer text line?
Yeah, from Aaron. He says kitchen biscuits. I don't know
Is
what
that derogatory?
means.
Did we just say something derogatory?
Well, we might have. I have no idea. I'm pleading naive to the whole thing.
We're just passing the information along. That's all.
Yeah.
Don't kill the messenger.
Hi, you're on. What's your name?
Chuck,
Chuck, do you know what a kitchen biscuit is?
kitchen biscuit.
No. I think
No.
maybe it's just something that some families use. What do you got, Chuck?
A kitchen biscuit? I don't know what a kitchen biscuit is. It something that you cook in the oven with like butter on it?
No. What did you want, Chuck?
Roger Daltrey tickets.
We got to play a Who song.
Okay.
Do you know how it works? You don't, obviously. No, you don't obviously know how it works. So when you hear a Who song or a Roger Daltrey song, that's when you call in.
All right.
Okay. Good luck.
Impetuous Marissa writes in. She says, "My mom is a full-time housewife, and her Facebook's profile says headmaster. That's what she likes to be called. She's the headmaster.
Isn't that like what you call women that are in charge of orpanages or something like that? Isn't that like the headmaster? Or like isn't that like
headmaster could be read many different ways.
Isn't that like come on? Or isn't a headmaster like what they would call like a nun that's in charge of all the wannabe nuns?
Like a private school.
Yeah, or a private school, yeah. How about the call maker? I don't know what a call maker is unless that's just someone who sits on the phone all day. Let's see here.
Jake, don't read that. Don't read Jake's, whatever you do.
What do you think? I'm just going to read it out loud?
Sometimes you start reading and then you realize what you're reading when halfway through it and you're like, oh.
Well, Jake isn't very impressed by the woman that stays home all day. We'll just say that, all right? Yeah. 805-543-3693 are the numbers to get through. Go ahead, man. What do you got?
Yeah, I just had to let you guys know that was the best thing you guys ever come up with right there. The head of domestic affairs. I love it. But around my house, we just call her the boss.
That's always a safe one. Thanks for the call.
Domestic engineer. I still like head of domestic affairs.
Head of domestic affairs is what we're rolling with so far.
Housewives.
There you go. Take that and run with it.
Head of domestic affairs.
And if your husband goes, where the hell did you come up with that? You tell him Jeff and Jeremy.
In the words of Nick Burns, your company's computer guy, you're welcome.
Jeff and Jeremy in the morning.